Hey out there in YouTube land, this is daytime number of the beast again. Thought I'd do another quick report on what I've been up to. This is kind of one of those moments I'm not exactly too sure if I'm all that proud of or not. I've been wanting to do something kind of rather, how shall we say, visceral, at least certainly chaotic for the terrain project I've been working on with all the urban terrain and everything. And I kind of think I might went just a little too far on this one. On one hand, I still see some where I could do some more, but on the other hand, there's sometimes you're just ashamed of what you've done. Anyway, so let's take a look, see how bad it is. As you can see, this is the parking lot I was working on earlier in the last video. And you can see there apparently has been a very tragic event that has happened. This kind of is connected to another piece I did a few months ago where I've done two bunkers, above ground entrances for some underground bunkers, and the doors were sealed shut or cracked open, and you see bloody paw handprints all over, and there's zombie warning signs and everything. And this is kind of a further connection to it. As you can see, obviously either someone was trying to run towards the bunkers, which are these little hatches, or supposed to be these little hatches there, and either those people were in a hurry to save themselves or were definitely in a hurry to eat whoever was inside the bunkers already. Kind of had a little, there's some details on here I'm kind of somewhat proud of, like the stack of posters over here. If you've seen some of my previous works, I've done little propaganda posters. And I think I've shown, you can find these online. Just do an image search for Warhammer 40k propaganda or something along those lines, and they make to any kind of building or anything. And I always kind of wondered who was it that was always kind of running around putting these posters up in a war zone of all places. And I was kind of tell a little bit of story here just by a little stack and covered blood, just showing that there are people, these are humans that are putting up these posters, and there's they have a story in this big old grim darkness that we love and enjoy. And on the side here, I've got a stack of garbage bags to block line of sight, give a little bit coverage of whoever's going by. Previous video, you can see how I made those, and again, they still keep coming out fairly decently. And of course, one detail I love on this, and this kind of one of the gruesome ones, details on this is, as you can see, the blood trails of things or people running towards the hatchways. You can see coming up this direction, to come up here, but due to the presence of the car and the narrow entrance here, there's kind of a little bit of a choke point, and so there's more blood on one side of the car than there is on the other. And I thought that was just kind of a neat little thing. Either came as as progress came by, that's played out like that. Just that kind of details kind of stands out to me. So far, I'm kind of happy with this. I'm probably do a little bit more weathering on it. The blood trails, if anyone's bored enough to know, I originally started with a really dark red weathering powder, and kind of traced out where I wanted all the trails and everything to go. And then I actually used the legs of one of the zombie models, or whatever fantasy model this was, to do some initial footprints, and I tried making a template to do it with. And I initially started out with a generic red paint, I think it was Mystic, whatever red paint it was, and then when I kind of got fed up with that, and how that not turning out right, I found a bottle of blood for the blood god I had lying around I never used before, and I can certainly say this, Blood for the Blood God definitely lives up to its name. This is some nasty stuff. I mean, this is just, it's almost like pancake syrup. It comes out so thick and goopy. One thing I really don't like about it, that it doesn't really thin out very well with water. So you're almost kind of stuck for best effect using straight off, pure paint. And as you can see, this is the effect. This is the end result of how it comes out. And yeah, it definitely lives up to its name, that's for sure. But anyway, I just kind of thought I'd share this a little, just how show what progress I've been making on my little personal projects, and maybe show proof that not all of us on YouTube, or the web in general, not everything comes out to our satisfaction, and sometimes we're just, we have in general mixed feelings about what we make. But yeah, this is almost hard to even look at. This probably make Clive Barker throw up at some point. It's almost bloodier than Event Horizon, if you ever seen that movie. But anyway, still got a little bit more work to do with this. Hard to believe. I'm gonna add some battlefield debris, maybe some chaos items that have been dropped by or whatever, kind of give a better hint on who or what was made its way through here. And anyway, this is Daytime Number of the Beast again. Check out my blog for other things. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. Hopefully this doesn't scar you too damn much, but anyway, catch you later.